Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss a topic that is incredibly important in our daily lives, yet very few of us truly understand it. This topic is about energy vampires, the people who drain our spiritual and mental energy, leaving us weakened and depleted. What exactly are energy vampires? When we talk about energy vampires, we are referring to those individuals who use the life force energy of people around them for their own benefit. These people, often unconsciously or sometimes deliberately, pull positive energy from others toward themselves. Ancient spiritual texts describe this as the loss of vital life force. According to modern psychology, these individuals take emotional and mental energy from others to fill their own inner void and imbalance. Just as a vampire drinks blood, these people suck our soul power. But recognizing them and protecting ourselves from them is within our control. Ancient wisdom traditions teach us that every person is surrounded by a subtle energy field, which in modern times we call the aura. This energy field is a reflection of our thoughts, emotions, and consciousness. The main job of energy vampires is to drain energy from this very aura. You may have heard about people who drain the energy of others before, but in this video, you will not only learn to identify them, but also discover ancient and profound methods to protect yourself. Methods that have been described in sacred spiritual texts from thousands of years ago and are still effective today. If you watch this video till the end, you will learn how to keep your energy protected and shield yourself from negative influences. And this information will not be available to you in such detail anywhere else. Let us now understand the types of energy vampires. The first type is the complainer. Such people constantly sing the song of their problems but never take a single step toward solutions. As soon as you meet them, they immediately open up their box of troubles. You have no choice but to listen, and gradually your positive energy gets absorbed into their negativity. In the beginning you think, let me just listen. Maybe it will help them feel a little lighter. But as their talk goes on and on, you feel your mind becoming heavy. The energy you brought with you in the morning, the enthusiasm to work, the zest to think of something new, all of it slowly starts to fade away. These people only want sympathy from you, but in return they give you no support or positive perspective. Listening to their endless complaints, the smile on your face disappears. You start feeling tired, and sometimes it feels like your own strength to deal with your own problems has diminished. Just think about it. At your workplace, there is a colleague who comes to you every day and badmouths their boss, cries about their salary. Initially, you try to help them understand. Look for a new opportunity or focus on improving your skills. But when they repeatedly say that all of this is impossible, you start feeling irritated. What is actually happening here is that you are investing your positive energy in trying to explain, in offering support, in hoping to improve their situation. But when the other person neither accepts that energy nor takes any action, that same energy gets wasted, leaving your mind empty and exhausted. It is like filling water into an empty glass, but there is a hole in it and all the water keeps flowing out. The second type is the aggressive person. These people constantly disturb your peace through anger, irritability, and aggressive behavior. Their real goal is to force you to give an emotional reaction because as soon as you react, your energy flows directly to them. Such people love to start arguments without reason, engage in debates, and provoke the person in front of them. They feel that until the atmosphere becomes heated, they do not feel satisfied. Just imagine, in your home there is a relative who flares up at every little thing. When everyone is sitting peacefully and chatting, suddenly they bring up some sensitive topic and make the whole atmosphere heavy. With just one word from them, everyone's joy and laughter disappears, and you find yourself thinking about what to say so that the situation can be controlled. Such people shake your inner peace and pull your energy. You feel like you should respond to their anger, prove your point, calm down the atmosphere. But in this very effort, you lose your mental strength and patience. Actually, this process is like someone pressing a button inside you and making you dance to their tune. The more you react to their anger or negative words, the more you hand over your positive energy to them. And in the end, you feel tired, irritable, and empty, while they become even more powerful and satisfied from this process. The third type is people with a victim mentality. These are the people who always portray themselves as victims. Their habit is to prove themselves helpless and powerless in every situation so that people pity them and give them support. In every story of theirs, they are the poor protagonist who has been wronged. Such people constantly demand attention and sympathy from others, and when you spend time with them, they slowly fill you with guilt. You start to feel that if you do not help them, perhaps you are the cruel one. For example, imagine you have a friend who keeps saying that only bad things happen to me. No one understands me. Everyone takes advantage of me. When you suggest a solution to her, like trying a new path or changing your perspective, the immediate response comes, "You do not understand my feelings at all." Actually, such people use your compassion and kindness. They emotionally entangle you and convince you that you must give them your time, energy, and support. But the truth is that they neither try to change nor take any concrete steps. Gradually, you notice that while helping them, you yourself have become exhausted. Your own energy starts decreasing, and you have less strength left for your own life and your own needs. These people pull you through emotions and silently absorb your positive energy. The fourth type is the narcissistic person. In simple words, a selfish and arrogant person. Such people talk only about themselves all the time. They always want all eyes to be on them and to remain the main center of discussion. Their habit is that whenever someone else talks about their achievements or happiness, they immediately belittle that talk, either by comparison or by showing that what I have done is even bigger. Conversations with them are always one-sided, where they keep talking continuously, and your job is just to keep listening. Even if you want to, you cannot fully express your point. Gradually, you feel that your presence is just to praise them or increase their importance. These people constantly demand recognition and praise from others. They want you to praise them all the time, justify their words, and agree with their opinion. But in return, they neither respect you nor appreciate your efforts. Spending time with such a person gradually exhausts you because you keep spending your energy tolerating their talk and keeping them happy, and in return, you get nothing. It is like you keep clapping continuously, but the person in front never claps for you. Now we will talk about those small psychological tricks, the micro-manipulation techniques that energy thieves, the energy vampires, use. First comes guilt tripping, the trap of blame. This is the most common manipulation tactic. In this, the person makes you feel that you are wrong so that you fulfill their every demand. For example, if a friend says, "If you do not help me, then I will understand that you are not a real friend." Such words sound very genuine and emotional when you hear them. But actually, this is a kind of emotional pressure. The other person takes advantage of your goodness, your sensitivity, and your kind nature, and forces you to do the very thing that you would never want to do under normal circumstances. This method is dangerous because it slowly reduces your self-confidence. You start thinking every time that if you do not agree with the other person, maybe you are the bad one. In this way, you waste your energy and time fulfilling their expectations and suppress your own true desires and needs. Actually, this guilt-inducing trick is like someone tying an invisible rope around your mind. You appear free on the outside, but inside you become bound by their words and emotions. The next technique is gaslighting, spreading mental confusion. Spreading mental confusion is an extremely dangerous trick. In this, the person questions your own reality and tries to convince you that your understanding, your memory, or your feelings are all wrong. For example, someone says something bad or insulting in front of you, but when you point it out to them later, they flatly deny it. "When did I say that? You are just misunderstanding." Or they say you overreact to small things. Gradually, this kind of behavior shakes your self-confidence from within. You start thinking that maybe the mistake really is mine. Maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe I am overthinking. This is the moment when your mental strength starts breaking. Your energy gets spent in this confusion and self-doubt, and the person in front, the manipulator, becomes stronger in controlling you. Gaslighting is like someone placing a mirror in front of you, but instead of your real image, it shows a distorted reflection. Over time, you start believing that fake image to be true, and this is where you stop trusting your own experiences and reality. Now let us talk about love bombing and hot-cold behavior, the technique of showing excessive love and then creating distance. Sometimes some people show you a lot of love and affection in the beginning. They give you importance all the time. They make you feel that you are very special to them. This makes you feel like you have found some deep and genuine closeness. But as soon as you become emotionally attached to them, suddenly their attitude changes. They start behaving coldly and distantly. You wonder in confusion, everything was fine just now. Why this sudden distance? And when you ask them questions, they again start showing that same loving and affectionate behavior. This very ups and downs puts you on a mental swing. Sometimes you are taken to great heights where hopes are raised, and sometimes you are dropped down, leaving you insecure and confused. This kind of behavior slowly sucks your energy because you spend most of your time and mind understanding their mood. You keep thinking constantly that maybe I made some mistake, maybe I need to change more, or who knows how they will behave next time. Actually, this strategy makes you emotionally unbalanced and dependent. You lose your mental strength trying to read their every signal, and eventually your energy becomes a puppet in their hands. Now let us know about those signs that tell you that someone is draining your energy or it is decreasing. First is the physical sign. When your energy is decreasing, your body itself warns you first. You start feeling tired even without doing any heavy work. After meeting or interacting with some people, you start getting headaches or stiffness and heaviness in your shoulders and neck. Sleep gets affected. Either sleep comes in broken intervals, or you cannot fall into deep sleep. Appetite decreases. The body feels dull and the mind feels subdued. Many times it happens that immediately after meeting a certain person, you feel that you now desperately need rest. Your body language also changes clearly. Instead of walking straight, you walk with hunched shoulders, your back bends, and your entire posture starts looking weak, as if the energy inside you is truly drained out. All these signs are your body's alarm bells warning you that the person in front is pulling your strength. Now let us know the mental signs. Not just the body, the mind also clearly warns that your energy is decreasing. First of all, your concentration weakens. Even if you want to, you cannot focus on any task for a long time. Small things start irritating you, and anger comes quickly. Gradually, negative thoughts start dominating more. Thinking positively becomes difficult. You will notice that after meeting or talking to an energy-draining person, your mood suddenly changes. Where you were previously light and happy, you now become heavy and irritable. Your decision-making ability is also affected. Making even simple decisions seems difficult. A fog seems to descend on your mind. You get confused and cannot think clearly. Memory is also affected. You start forgetting important things. Where did I put the keys? What promise did I make to whom? Or when was some task to be done? All these are signs that your mental energy is constantly depleting. Actually, when the mind repeatedly gets entangled in the negativity and emotional pressure of others, it loses its natural clarity. And this is the time when you should become alert. Finally, we come to the emotional signs. At the emotional level, the biggest sign is that you start losing control over your own emotions. You get angry over small things, or sadness engulfs you for no reason. Your emotional stability starts wobbling. You feel that the happiness and enthusiasm inside you are slowly decreasing. Gradually, it also happens that the emotions of others start affecting you excessively. If the person in front is sad, you also become heavy. If someone is angry, you unknowingly start feeling tense. The most dangerous effect is that your own emotional identity starts becoming blurred. You cannot decide whether what you are feeling is really your own emotion or the effect of someone else's negativity, as if your mind has become a puppet in someone else's hands. When this starts happening, it is a clear indication that someone is sucking your emotional energy and your inner strength is weakening. This is where part 1 ends. In the next part, we will dive deep into ancient spiritual wisdom and powerful protection techniques that will help you safeguard your energy and reclaim your power. Stay tuned. Understanding negative energy through ancient wisdom. The concept of negative energy and spiritual protection is not limited to one culture or tradition. It is a universal truth recognized by spiritual seekers across the world for thousands of years. Ancient spiritual texts from multiple civilizations have discussed these forces in great depth. The Atharvaveda, one of the oldest spiritual scriptures from India, contains detailed descriptions of negative energies and methods to protect oneself from them. Similarly, the Bible speaks of spiritual warfare and the need to put on the full armor of God for protection against dark forces. Buddhist teachings warn about Mara, the forces that disturb spiritual practice and drain our inner peace. Islamic tradition speaks of seeking refuge from negative influences and harmful energies through specific prayers and mindfulness. Ancient seers and mystics, whether they were the rishis of India, the desert fathers of Christianity, the Sufi saints of Islam, or the Taoist masters of China, all recognized one fundamental truth. Some individuals, through their negative thinking and behavior, can harm the life force of others. In ancient texts, we find descriptions of entities that feed on positive energy. Hindu Puranas speak of Rakshasas and Asuras, who attempt to absorb or corrupt divine power. Christian tradition describes spiritual vampires and entities that drain the soul. Indigenous shamanic traditions worldwide have always spoken of energy thieves and the importance of spiritual boundaries. These are not merely mythological stories, but symbolic representations of deep psychological and spiritual truths. When we talk about energy vampires today, we are actually referring to these very tendencies, the tendencies that disturb the peace of others and absorb their enthusiasm and positivity from within. In this current age, the power of these negative influences increases even more because spiritual awareness in many people has weakened. Sacred texts across traditions clearly state that people with destructive qualities use their power to mislead others and break their stability and peace. Thus, the ancient perspective teaches us that protecting ourselves from energy vampires is not just a matter of mental health, but it is also necessary for the protection of our soul and spiritual progress. The 5-layer theory of human existence. According to ancient yogic philosophy, human existence is divided into 5 layers or sheaths, known as the Pancha Kosha. Interestingly, similar concepts appear in other traditions as well. Traditional Chinese medicine speaks of different layers of qi or life energy. Kabbalistic teachings describe multiple levels of the soul. These 5 layers are the physical body made of food, the energy body where life force resides, the mental body of mind, thoughts, and emotions, the wisdom body of intellect and discernment, and the bliss body where spiritual joy and peace are experienced. Energy vampires primarily target our energy body and mental body. The energy body contains our reservoir of life force. When this weakens, we feel fatigue, weakness, and despair. The mental body is the home of our thoughts and emotions. When this gets disturbed, our positive thinking becomes clouded and negative emotions start dominating. When these 2 layers are affected, the entire system becomes imbalanced. This is why after meeting or being influenced by such people, we experience problems on physical, mental, and emotional levels simultaneously. Fatigue, irritability, stress, and lack of enthusiasm. Actually, this multi-layered understanding teaches us that our energy is not limited to just the body, but extends deeply into the mind and soul. Therefore, protecting it is necessary at every level of life: the energy center system and energy protection. Now let us understand the energy centers within our body that regulate our vitality and consciousness. The concept of energy centers appears across multiple ancient cultures with remarkable similarity. In yogic traditions, they are known as chakras. In traditional Chinese medicine, similar energy points are called dantians. The Kabbalistic tree of life in Jewish mysticism maps corresponding spiritual centers. Indigenous healing traditions from Native American to Aboriginal Australian cultures recognize power points within the human energy field. Let us explore the 4 main energy centers and how to protect them. The root energy center and grounding. The root center, located at the base of the spine, is the foundation of our existence. This is the center that gives us the experience of security and stability in life. When this is balanced, we feel deep strength and self-confidence within. But energy-draining people often try to weaken this very center. They create fear, anxiety, and insecurity, shaking our foundation. And when our root base weakens, we easily come under the control of others because we lack stability and groundedness within. To strengthen this center, Connecting with nature is extremely important. Every morning, spending some time walking barefoot on soil or grass deeply connects our body and mind to the earth. This practice is honored across cultures. The ancient Taoist practice of earthing, the Native American tradition of walking barefoot on Mother Earth, and the yogic practice of grounding all recognize this powerful connection. During meditation, visualizing red light in the lower part of your body also activates this center, as red is the color associated with the root. The sacred sound vibration for the root center is Lum, often chanted as Om Lum. References to such seed sounds appear in ancient tantric scriptures and yogic texts. The sound Om is considered the primordial vibration of creation, recognized not just in Hindu tradition, but also reflected in the Christian Amen and Islamic Amin. When this cosmic sound combines with the seed mantra, its effect becomes even deeper. Chanting Om Lum connects us to the earth element and creates a feeling of stability and security within. Along with this, food also has great importance here. Root vegetables like carrots, radishes, and beets, and energy-giving nutritious foods like lentils and grains connect us to the earth and strengthen the root center. When this center is balanced, we not only protect ourselves from fear and insecurity, but also remain safe from the influence of those who try to absorb our energy. Thus, sacral energy center and emotional boundaries. The sacral center, located below the navel, is the center of our inner emotions and creativity. This very center controls our feelings, relationships, and joy in life. When it is balanced, we can experience our emotions in a healthy way and build balanced relationships with others as well. But energy-draining people also affect this center. They create a situation inside you where you start losing your emotional boundaries. Gradually, you start considering the emotions of others as your own emotions. If someone else is sad, you also sink. If someone else is angry, you also fill with tension. In this way, your own identity becomes blurred and you become emotionally imbalanced. To balance this center, connecting with the water element is extremely important. Water by nature embodies flow and flexibility, and the sacral center is also connected to this element. This understanding appears across spiritual traditions. Islamic ablution rituals, Christian baptism, Hindu river ceremonies, and Shinto water purification all recognize water's cleansing power. Therefore, in everyday life, spending time with water is very beneficial. Whether it is swimming, getting drenched in rain, or just watching flowing water, all these methods bring balance and lightness within you. The seed sound for this center is Wam, often chanted as Om Wama. This appears in yogic and tantric traditions. Wam is the sound of the water element, and chanting it purifies and balances the emotions within. When we chant Om Wam, this sound awakens flow and flexibility within us. Visualizing orange color during meditation also activates this center. Orange represents creativity, enthusiasm, and self-acceptance. When you bring this color into your meditation, gradually emotional strength develops within you, and you learn to recognize your boundaries instead of being swept away by the emotions of others. When the sacral center is balanced, you not only remain emotionally secure, but can also fully experience the small joys of life. The solar plexus center and personal power. The solar plexus center, located above the navel, is the center of our personal power and self-confidence. This is the place from where our willpower and decision-making ability comes. When this center is balanced, we can stand up for ourselves, trust our decisions, and do not easily come under anyone's pressure. But energy-draining people weaken your self-confidence, question your willpower, and influence your decisions. Gradually, you feel that standing up for yourself is becoming difficult and you easily come under the influence of others. To strengthen this center, some simple methods are very effective. Doing sun salutations in the morning sunlight and spending some time in direct sunlight activates your energy and self-confidence. This solar connection appears in many traditions. Ancient Egyptian sun worship, the Christian symbolism of Christ as the light of the world, Islamic prayers oriented toward the light, and fire ceremonies in Zoroastrianism all honor the power of light and fire for inner strength. Visualizing yellow color during meditation energizes the solar plexus center. The seed sound is Rum, chanted as Om Rum. The Sanskrit tradition believes that this sound awakens the power and self-control within us. Along with this, acknowledging your achievements and appreciating yourself also strengthens this center. Also, creating healthy boundaries in your life helps in strengthening this center. When you recognize your small victories, your self-confidence increases and the influence of others decreases. When the solar plexus center is balanced, you remain firm in making decisions, feel strength in your personality, and are not affected by the pressure of others. The heart center and love protection. The heart center, located in the middle of the chest, is the center of compassion and unconditional love. This is the very center that makes us sensitive and kind toward others. This is why many people are most affected through this center. This center is naturally open and sensitive and caring people, and this becomes the biggest vulnerability for energy drainers. Every spiritual tradition speaks of protecting the heart while keeping it open. Christianity teaches loving your neighbor while maintaining spiritual discernment. Buddhism speaks of compassion with wisdom. Sufism describes the polished heart that reflects divine light while remaining protected. To protect this center, visualization of green color and meditation are very helpful. Feeling green color in the heart area strengthens the feelings of compassion, balance, and self-acceptance. Spending time with nature, touching trees and plants also keeps this center safe. The seed sound for the heart center is Yum, chanted as Om Yum. This mantra activates the energy of love, compassion, and balance within us. Along with this, loving yourself, taking care of your mind and body, and understanding that creating boundaries is not selfishness but self-protection stabilizes and secures this center. When the heart center is balanced and protected, we can not only share love and compassion with others, but can also protect our emotional energy. Instead of flowing under the pressure of others, we can live life in a balanced and loving way. Daily protection techniques. Protecting your energy right at the start of the day is extremely important. As soon as you wake up in the morning, first look at your hands and firmly say in your mind, "Today is my day, and I will protect my energy." Along with this, visualize white light around you that is protecting you and not allowing any negative energy to come near. While bathing, deepen this visualization further. While bathing with water, think that along with the water, all your negative energy is also flowing away and purifying your body, mind, and soul. After bathing, when you see your reflection in the mirror, say positive things to yourself. Say, "I am strong, I am protected, and I will use my energy only for good and creative purposes." These simple exercises not only keep your energy protected throughout the day, but gradually your mind also becomes aware and stable. Instead of being affected by the negativity of others, you can focus on your inner strength and balance. Many traditions recognize the power of morning intention setting. Islamic Fajr prayers at dawn, Christian morning devotions, Jewish morning blessings, and Hindu Sandhya rituals all emphasize starting the day with spiritual protection. One universally recognized practice is chanting sacred sounds or prayers. You might chant a protective mantra 108 times for removing obstacles and inviting auspicious energy. Different traditions offer their own protective recitations. Christians might pray the Our Father or Psalm 91. Muslims recite Ayat al-Kursi for protection. Buddhists chant the Heart Sutra or protective mantras, clearing and strengthening your aura. Keeping your aura clean and strong is extremely important for everyday energy protection. A very simple technique is to rub your hands together to warm them and then move them around your body at a distance of about 6 inches. Feel that you are cleaning your energy field and removing any negative energy. After this, gently shake your hands and imagine that all negativity is merging into the earth. This practice appears in various forms across healing traditions. Reiki practitioners use similar hand movements. Qigong includes aura cleansing gestures. Indigenous smudging ceremonies clear the energy field with sacred smoke. Using water to purify the aura is also very effective. Salt water absorbs negative energy. You can add a pinch of rock salt or sea salt to your bathing water. As soon as water touches your body, imagine that your aura is being completely cleaned and your protective energy is increasing. Water purification is universal. Hindu ritual bathing, Islamic wudu, Christian holy water, and Japanese misogi all use water for energetic cleansing. Along with this, Adopting the technique of psychic shielding for mental protection is beneficial. Any time during the day or before meeting a difficult person, imagine a golden light bubble around you. This bubble surrounds you completely and only allows positive energy to enter. It throws out any negative energy. You can also use the mirror technique. Imagine that mirrors are placed around you that send negative energy back to where it originated. This method works especially well with people who drain the energy of others through their behavior or apply psychological pressure. By doing these simple exercises regularly, your energy field remains strong, clean, and protected. You are less affected by negative influences and can invest your energy only in positive and creative things. Crystal healing and energy protection. Crystal healing, balancing and protecting your energy through stones is also a very effective method. Ancient wisdom traditions have always used gems and stones for protection, health, and spiritual power. Some stones have characteristics such that they absorb negative energy within themselves. For example, black tourmaline and obsidian can be understood as protective stones or black gems. These protect you from negative influences and reduce the effect of energy-draining people. This knowledge appears across cultures. Ancient Egyptians used lapis lazuli and turquoise for protection. Chinese medicine employs jade for balance. Native Americans honor obsidian as a shielding stone. Hematite, which we can call the iron stone, helps in grounding and gaining stability. It increases the feeling of confidence and stability within you. Clear quartz or white crystal works to increase energy and keep the entire energy field clean. Meanwhile, rose quartz, which we can call the heart stone or love stone, balances and protects the heart center. This is especially useful for those whose sensitivity someone is trying to take wrong advantage of. You can keep these stones near you in your home or wear them as jewelry. Regularly feeling them and keeping them in meditation keeps your energy field strong, balanced, and protected. You will be less affected by negative influences and will be able to use your energy only in positive and creative works. Spending time with nature. The most natural and effective healing is spending time with nature. Trees, plants, water, and earth each hold their own healing power. Going to the seashore and listening to the sound of waves, taking fresh air in the mountains, or just sitting in a park and listening to the birds. All of these revitalize and balance your energy. This is recognized universally. Japanese forest bathing or Shinrin Yoku, Native American vision quests in nature, Christian desert retreats, and Hindu pilgrimages to sacred natural sites all honor nature's restorative power. Learn that saying no without feeling guilty is possible. You can say, "I cannot help with this right now, I need time to think about this," or "This is not my priority right now." You do not need to justify yourself to anyone. Self-care is also extremely important. Include meditation, yoga, reading, music, or any activity in your daily routine that gives you peace and energy. Taking time for yourself is not selfishness, but necessary. Pay attention to your diet. Fresh fruits, vegetables, and clean water maintain your energy, while junk food, excessive caffeine, and alcohol can weaken your energy and make you an easy target for energy drainers. Build a group of positive people around you who support your energy. People with whom you can have spiritual discussions, who have positive thinking and are aware of growth, are the right companions for you. Joining spiritual gatherings, sacred community events, or online communities is also beneficial. Read books, listen to podcasts, and watch videos that promote your spiritual and personal development journey. Regular spiritual practice is most important for long-term protection. Whether it is 10 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of prayer, or just the practice of expressing gratitude, continuous practice increases your spiritual power and you naturally remain protected from negative influences. Choose your personal affirmation or mantra that makes you feel powerful. Whenever you feel threatened, chant it. You can say, "I am protected by divine light. My energy is mine," or "I attract only positive energy." Conclusion. Energy vampires are a real experience that we all face at some point or another, but we have powerful tools for our protection. By combining ancient wisdom and modern understanding, we can create a strong protection system for our energy. The most important thing is that you recognize your power. You are not a victim. You are a powerful spiritual being who has the complete ability to protect your own energy. You only need to learn the right techniques and adopt them regularly. Remember that energy drainers are also often in pain themselves. Their behavior should not be made an excuse, but you can have compassion for them. You can help them, but without compromising your own protection. Sometimes the greatest help is that you do not encourage their negative habits. Continue your spiritual journey. The stronger you become spiritually, the more you will naturally remain protected from negative influences. Your positive energy will become a shield that automatically pushes back negative energy. And most importantly, learn to love yourself. Self-love is the most powerful protection. When you treat yourself with kindness and respect, you start expecting the same from others. Your self-worth increases and you can easily recognize toxic relationships. May peace prevail everywhere. May all be protected. May all be filled with positive energy. Greetings and thank you. Protect your energy, stay positive, and continue your spiritual journey.